John Drew and the John Myatt case must rank right at the top.
Rubbish, sorry, no.
But the problem was we were being scanned by a very intelligent
160 million.
Oh,
The Marilyn at 160 million. Here it is, at $170 million.
Again, we get imps.
And selling. Here it is then, the General's bid, ladies and gentlemen, at 170 million for the Warhol is selling here. $170 million.
They wouldn't know anything about flipping shoe sizes anyway, little imps. They don't. Let's think about the next in the series of Journey of a Confused Artist. Become a subscribee and you'll learn even more. We are going to be investigating a lot more in the future ones about the price of art. Now the next video, not kind of criminal, but it's going to be a little bit more about who controls and markets the art world. How does it actually function and work? And this will be quite important for a lot of artists that want representation at art galleries. Us artists get inundated all the time with
Here it is, at $170 million.
We would like to represent your artwork. We've seen it.
Here it is then, the General's bid, ladies and gentlemen, at 170
It'll only
million
cost
for the
you
Warhol.
£25
selling here.
per entry.
$170 million.
Blah, blah, blah. Everything costs money. And they pray and dangle, like I said.
Mark's bid at 34 million, 35 million, 36 million with Loic, 37 million against you, Loic, at 37. 40 million, Amy's bidder at 40 million.
Just that,
four of you in a huddle there at
art
40
residencies around the world.
$42 million. Mark's bidder now at 42 million.
Come at a cost.
43 million with Amy now.
You will always
have $43 million against you, Mark, at 43.
Like
44
I say,
million.
even exhibiting
Mark's
your
bidder
art,
at 44 million now.
if you want it represented
$44
around the world, then you
with
can
Mark
go
at
and
44
have it
million.
put up in a pop-up stand in Milan. It will cost you 1,000 whatever it is per square. You know, everything's at a cost. And as much as us artists want to have that time and privilege to be able to not worry about money and bills imposing on our creativity, we can focus. That's very difficult to get to. I am so envious of anyone that's got to that stage, and please leave any messages below if you are that kind of person. Please, let us confused artists know, the trials and tribulations that you've gone through. Obviously there's not going to be any kind of immediate fix it by pushing a little button and blah blah blah. Every artist is different, and flavors, and what's hot in the art world, and what sells, what doesn't sell. All these kind of elements come into effect when you want to get to that level of being able to pursue your creativity without having to worry about bills and everything like that influxing and diverting your attention. And hopefully, I'm working on this at the moment, and yet again, I'm not going to zoom in on it. It's going to be a Mother's Day little thing. My mum has requested colours. David, your artwork's too melodramatic, it's too dark, I want something bright. And it's quite difficult to do. But I'm trying. I'm going to add some layers and more layers on it. And I hope that you guys are still experimenting, overcoming those fears. If you've got any kind of questions, regards to well, how would you price your artwork? Is it by the size? Is it by the material? Is it the time that it's taken? Someone can take, 5 days to do a little square like that, and an artist could do it in 5 seconds. Which one's better than the other? it is down to the perception of who wants to buy and their tastes, and everyone's got different tastes. And I suppose investigating how movements through the centuries and art movements follow those cultural changes, don't they? You know, back in the 60s, we were really getting in on pop art and, you know, that kind of vibrant kind of colour schemes and commercialisation. And then it started shifting a little bit more into expressionism and breaking boundaries of what is conceptual art and what is deemed as traditional art, whether it be painting on canvases, and then we're sort of saying, well, contemporary art can like culminate different types of materials, and it all starts moving forward. So you get into this kind of stage where, you know, the movement in art is very, very reflective of the environment and the society, and values will change, and therefore prices will change, perceptions will change of the different artwork you're producing. And you have to look at it in terms of, are you producing artwork for yourself, or are you producing it for that? And if you're doing it for that, then therefore it's a business. And then you have to change your mindset into that. And if you're just doing it for that, then hopefully you're in that position where you don't even have to worry about money, and that's why you can just do it from the heart. But for a lot of other artists, it's to do with that. And they're kind of like constricted and governed by the direction that their art takes. Whereas from the heart kind of artists, it's very simple. I don't have to worry about any constraints like that. I can just create what I want to express and how I want to do it and when I want to do it. And like I said, the starving artist doesn't have that privilege. And there's that added kind of pressure. And then you've got to think to yourself, do you actually do this kind of art as a hobby in between your full-time work? And look at that at the moment. I'm looking for full-time work, and it's extremely difficult, especially at my age. Stop rambling, David. Finish it off. Move on to the next one. The next one, like I said, is going to be about who controls the market area of the art world, from auction houses all the way down.
Here it is, at
you know, and the processes and the criteria that they look at.
And selling.
So I hope this has been beneficial. Welcome to all the new subscribers.
$170 million.
And to all my current subscribers. And look forward to seeing you on the next
Mark's
one.
bid at 34 million, 35 million, 36 million with Loic, 37 million against you, Loic, at 37. 40 million, Amy's bidder at 40 million. Four of you in a huddle there at 40 million. 41, 2. $42 million. Mark's bidder now at $42 million. At $43 million with Amy now. At $43 million against you, Mark. At 43, $44 million. Mark's bidder at $44 million now. At $44 million. With Mark at $44 million.